problem. Welcome to Axel's Garage. We're in Axel's kitchen again. What are you doing?
Cutting bread.
All right, so we are going to enter the test kitchen, and we're going to do jambalaya the second time. This is jambalaya number 2. So jambalaya number 1 came out good, but it was salty. And I only added a teaspoon of salt, and we were trying to figure out why it was salty, and then a light bulb went off in Michelle's head and said, oh wait, we didn't use water for the rice. We used chicken stock, and that's a little salty. So we think that's the reason for the saltiness. And we determined that our meat to rice ratio, we could increase the rice a little bit. So we're going to go from 2 cups of rice to 3 cups of rice. And instead of cooking all of the rice with chicken stock, we're going to go half chicken stock, half water. So we'll actually be using a cup less chicken stock, and we're not going to add any salt. So we're going to go 3 cups of water, 3 cups of chicken stock, for a total of 6 cups of liquid. We're going to go with 3 cups of rice. We're going to stick with the 2 pounds of sausage, and we're only using sausage. And this time we are using a mixed meat sausage. It's pork and turkey sausage, a regular smoked sausage, and then an andouille. Andouille, is that how you say it? Andouille? Andouille spicy sausage, which is also mixed meat as well. If I was really, cooking it for my family to all eat like a big dinner, I would use sausage. I would use pork shoulder, cubed up, and maybe some chicken thighs sliced up. But we're gonna stick. This is a specific thing. I want to make it with just sausage. I want it to be like this. So we did do a lot of research looking at videos, both on not just YouTube, but on like cooking website videos about doing the jambalaya. And I gotta give credit to what's the guy? All American Mac. All American Mac's got a channel on YouTube, and I thought his explanation of everything and his recipe was the best and easiest to follow. So this is my variation of his. So the only thing I did differently was, I think I went a little heavier on the onion. I'm using all sausage, and we're using, half chicken stock and not just all water. So it's half water, half chicken stock, where he uses all water. Yeah, we're cooking dinner in the background as well, and that's all the noise. And then I'm adding the scallion or green onion. We can't figure out what the difference between that is, but I'm adding that in along with the water at the end, just for a little more of like a little colory kind of thing, just to make it look a little nicer. And I don't really want to screw up the brunt of the recipe. And this time we are going to use, let's see if you can see it back there. We are going to use the cast iron Dutch oven this time and see if we got any difference. So I got all my food ready to go. Let me heat up that Dutch oven and get that good and hot, and I'll add probably about a teaspoon or so of oil in the bottom of it, and I'll get my meat all browned up.
You know what I just said?
What, gravy?
I just need the gravy.
All right, so with my Dutch oven hot.
Are you mad or something? Mike asked me the other day, he's like, "Alright, why are you mad?" I was like, "I'm not mad." He's like, "You look like you're pissed off." I was like, "It's my resting face." I was like, "People in my family have it, and I'm the one that got it."
All right, so I got it sliced up nice and thin. I like it thin rather than thick chunks. That's just my personal preference. Really doesn't matter. So that's in with a little bit of oil. Just gonna brown it up. Let it burn a little bit into the bottom of the pot. This is 2, jambalaya 2. I really hope I'm not blowing up my spot with this Dutch oven. Really. And every time I say Dutch oven, the big dummy laughs. But so a friend of ours brought this Dutch oven to an event that we were cooking at, and he left it there with the anticipation of going back and picking it up, and he never did, and he wound up moving about 2,000 miles away, right? Wow. About 2,000 miles?
What?
From here to Plano, Texas?
Yeah.
All right, so if he watches my videos, he's going to know where where his cast iron Dutch oven went because he left it there. We thought he was gonna come pick it up, and he never did. And then the next thing we knew, he moved, and he's quite a ways away. So if he watches the videos, this is where it wound up. Think so? All right, so I got my sausage browned up nice, and put the heat on low. Dump the onions in. With the spoon, I kind of knock them down so that they're flat across the bottom. And now I'm gonna keep it on low, cover it up, let it go a few minutes, 5 minutes or so. All right, onions covered 5 minutes on low. I just gave them a stir, and they're picking up the color that was burnt into the bottom of that pan from the sausage. Looking good. We'll let them go another 5 minutes or so. All right, so another 5 minutes later. All right, so onions are nice and colored up good. All right, and there's no seasoning in it. That's straight from just the onions picking up the goodness from cooking that sausage. All right, so now we're going to add our sausage back in. Yeah, and I know I kind of burnt the edges of the sausage, but I like that. I think the next time I'll try to not do that as much, but it's still going to be good. All right, so we got this in here like that. All right, that's stirred in. I'm going to up my heat, put back up to a high heat, because we're going to be adding a lot of liquid now in the seasonings. So the seasonings, we're going to go with about a teaspoon of black pepper. We go with 2 teaspoons. Or I think 2 teaspoons is a tablespoon. I think it's a tablespoon, but I'm going to go 2 teaspoons. Hot sauce.
I just changed out of my dress and gone.
Just 1. All right, and then we're going to go with a teaspoon of minced garlic or crushed garlic.
Make sure everything. She's going home with it.
So I'm not going to add salt this time. And now I'm going to go with my liquid, and this is going to be 3 cups of water, 3 cups of chicken stock. So now that I added the water in, I can add my scallion.
No, I think that only goes to DC to New York.
Alright. Give it a nice stir.
20-minute break.
More than 20 minutes.
Yeah. No.
It was pleasant.
And we're going to wait for that to come up to a boil, or a boil, or a
Yeah,
boil.
driving much
Alright, so in a couple of minutes, I got the liquid in up to a boil. Give it a nice stir. It's at a rolling boil right now. I'm going to add the rice in.
I could probably other Virginia schools.
Probably, yeah.
You think Marvin will be there?
I'm not worried. That's just
Right, rice is in, stirred it up. It should come back up to a boil in no time. Then you're going to knock it down low, cover it, and we're going to cook it 15 minutes. Alright, it took about a minute and a half to get it to start boiling again. So at this point, I'm going to put my lid on, and I'm going to put my heat down to low. It's going to go 15 minutes. Alright, so I simmered on low 15 minutes, and then I uncovered it, and I gave it that lift that All-American Mac talked about, which is just sliding the spoon down and under and just giving it a little lift all the way up just to let the water that's sitting on top. Yeah, like I did my stomach, yes. So now after another 15 minutes after that little lift, like we did in the first video, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here we have it.
Goodbye, Dad.
Hang on a second, I'm doing the jambalaya here. Alright, who's gonna taste it?
Emily or Robbie? I'm gonna taste it.
blow on it.
I am. I was.
How we do with the salt? Good?
Better.
Good? It's a winner? Winner? Chicken dinner?
Jambalaya.
Sausage.
Alright, taste.
I don't want to taste.
You gotta taste.
I don't want to.
You gotta taste. I
Dad.
just gave you money to go back to school, you gotta taste.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm the manager for you. Is she still packed? Okay.
Okay.
Not here.
Oh, yeah.
The hot.
She's going
Got no
She's
phone.
going.
Hot, spicy, or
No, temperature.
temperature hot? Salty?
No, better than the other one.
Just makes more sense.
Not as salty.
Man, you're
Uh,
No, it doesn't make more sense. I have 2 hours to pack everything I need to pack.
2 hours.
I want to get it all done before Mark goes to the movies. Good.
What
Not too salty? Spicy?
That's where-
Where is it?
I don't know.
Where's the burger? Oh, it's
a little kick.
Alright,
the
so-
garbage bag
I
in the
have-
back.
It's like a whirlwind in this house, okay? It's like a whirlwind in this house. My daughter's leaving for school, the other one was going out, my wife was cooking dinner, got a little nuts. But anyway, we got the jambalaya done. The rice stuck a little to the bottom, but it seems to have loosened up when I gave it a little chisel. The only thing we got to do is really evaluate the meat to rice ratio now that we added that extra cup of rice. But we solved our salt issue with only using 3 cups of stock and 3 cups of water, or using half stock, half water rather than all stock. We're gonna go with this now. We might have to go jambalaya 3, but for right now, this is gonna be the Axel's Kitchen jambalaya recipe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, a big thumbs up to All American Mac, because his description and his explanation and how he made his jambalaya really helped me figure out a way to make the jambalaya that I was looking to make. And big props to him. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks for watching.